Hey, all you cryptobers. Something I wanted to say. Now I can't remember what it was. Man, I hate that. Yes, apologize for the mic still. I'm working on it. Exit strategies or exit plan, exit price, whatever people want to call it. I think, well, I know because I'm going to talk about it, but there needs to be some insurance for this, and that's hopefully what I'm going to provide in my uh, knowledge of the matter, however you want to say it. So I got into Bitcoin. Crap. I got into Bitcoin around. It was the end of 2013, so before, well, pretty much during the bull run. I think it spanned, I think, between both 2013 and 2014. Anyway, that time when I came in, I bought my first Bitcoin at I bought my first tenth for $90, so it was about 900, I think is the math. And I knew it was a high. I knew it had been going straight up, but I told myself if I didn't get at least some of it, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't have anything riding on it. I'd lose interest. So as long as I had some of it, no matter what price, at least I'll, say I did what I could. Wow, that was a bad tangent. Come on, where was I going? Oh, so let me make the long story short. So I ended up selling some of my Bitcoin that I had mined on the way down in that bear market. Ended up selling it right before it went. Actually, it wasn't 10x. I think it was at 1,000. I sold it, so it went to about 20. So maybe 20x, 10,000, 20,000. I hope is the math. So I pretty much opportunity lost. Epic face palm. I was so mad. Whatever. I got over it, and it got me thinking. And now I get to my actual point of this video. Thank you very much. When people come up with their price exit strategy, yes, you need to, as Digital Asset Investor mentioned, you need to go to all your exchanges and raise your withdrawal limits and or frequency amounts, whatever it is. Raise it to, think of a number and then multiply it by 10 and double it, and then use that number, because at this point, who really knows what this stuff is going to be worth? Anyway, open that plumbing up as wide as possible is basically what we're trying to say. And here's why. Okay, back to the point. So make sure your exchange can handle your withdrawal. And the next thing, I am so bad with tangents. The next thing is, the price exit. So yes, do that with your exchange. And the next thing is, why am I having such a hard time thinking? Exit price. The next thing is, wait to sell your crypto once the market price passes your exit price the second time, if that makes sense. And I think that's why I have such a hard time remembering this, because it's something that it's like trying to explain a logarithmic function using linear language, if that makes any sense. So I have it in log, so maybe this will help me. Oop, and there it goes. Maybe this will help me better explain what I'm trying to explain. That's why I brought this up. So Here, we'll take it. Let's go to 4 hours, and that way we can squeeze this out. Oh, you did that to me? Yes, you did. We'll get to where I'm going. All right. So here is a freaking fractal pattern if I'd ever did see one. Shoo! Look at this. All right. Perfect case in point. Say, let's get to something. My math is horrible, so let's get to where the math is easier. That sounds so bad. All right, here we are. Penny. Historical moment. All right. So at this point, say you bought down here, like every good digital asset investor does. And again, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. It's daily thought advice, whatever. So you buy your digital asset down here and you say, all right, I'm at, let's say, half a cent, making math easy. Bought it down here at around half a cent. And you said, oh man, if it goes to, hold on, I'm going to cheat so I can make my point. It's sorry, I am totally cheating, but I need to make this valid. I need to make my point valid. All right, we'll say 2.5. Perfect. So say you bought your XRP at half a cent, and you're like, oh man, if it goes double, if it gets to 1 cent, oh, that's going to be crazy. What? 2 cents would be nuts. Dude, 2.5 cents? That's impossible. Realistically, not going to happen. 2.5 cents. Look at how high that is. Oh, dude, it's off the chart. I can't, oops, cheating. I can't even go that high. 2.5 cents. All right, so your exit plan price point is $2. My gosh, 2.5 cents. My recommendation to you, and this has come through my experience in being in this space, being out of it, forgetting it, and then coming back in, that's another story, is when you have your price, wait till it reaches that price a second time before you sell. And here's where the linear versus logarithmic comes in. When you look at this chart, it's moving in an exponential function. This is what this curve means, exponential growth. Our minds do not process exponential growth. Look at YouTube, go search for, not stories, but examples of the craziness that is exponential growth. You know, if you take a droplet and one drop a second doubled every second in, you know, some Yankee stadium, some huge stadium, Giants, Yankees, take your pick, and you were to see, I forget how it goes. Anyway, I can't remember look for exponential growth. Huge tangent. So your price point of exit is 2.5 cents. My suggestion is take that prediction and say, all right, if it reaches it twice, then you sell. If it gets there once, it clicks a button. It flicks a switch. The second time the market gets to that price, that's when you sell. And here is why. So you're humming along here, coming up from half a cent. You blew by 1 cent, and you are maxing this all-time high. You are powering through it. Holy sweet mother of Bradshire Garlinghouse. You just got to 1.8 cents. And you're thinking, no, it can't be. 2.5 cents up here is not going to happen. And sure as 3.5 cents So that switch that was just hit by going through 2.5 cents is now engaged. Now after that, you have what's known as another all-time high. So we screamed through, get out of here, we screamed through this all-time high. After we punch through it, we accelerate, hesitate, take a breath, and katoosh. And then we come back down. So, and this is why I had to cheat. Oh, did it reach 2.5 cents? Low. Ooh. So this is interesting. So this candle here dipped all the way down to exactly 2.5 cents. So maybe I picked a bad spot. Anyways, as the price comes up and punches through your sell point, instead of selling, whether it's 10%, 50%, whatever you want to do, whether you sell here, if you sell here, you're gonna beat yourself up for the rest of your life, because you literally sold right before it took off. Here's where the 10x, 20x, whatever you want to call it, insurance comes in. The second time it hits this price point, 2.5 cents, is when you sell it. And here's where I kind of screwed myself. It literally touched it here. So this is why it's always good to only sell a small percentage, because if you sold everything down here, good night, Irene, you would have missed the whole thing. So take this with a grain of salt. No, it's not financial advice. Educational purposes only. But if you do want to sell it, sell a small amount, 10%. You would have only lost 10% down here. You never would have gotten it back for that amount, but whatever. So let's say it was, 2 cents. The first time it punches through, it kicks the trigger. And now when it reaches that price point, you have to sell. So you go along, you go along, you go along. 3, 3, 3, 4, 3.5, 3, 3. Uh-oh, where's it going? Is it trending down? Oh my gosh, 2.7. Ah! And, oh crap, that's right. This is the 4 hours. Katoosh. All right, there you go. Up and out. And oh, what do you know? It looks like we're making, oh, that's right, 4 hour. Let me go. So I hope you get the point. Look, now you're up at 21 cents. You were concerned about, 2 cents. That's minuscule now. And guess what? This whole fractal pattern, this triangle, consolidation, triangle, consolidation, triangle, consolidation. Here's the next one. I don't want to be telling you the future, but take a look at this triangle. What do you think's going to happen? And this is why it's a good ending spot. This is why I needed the linear graph to translate something that was our logarithmic answer, word, problem. I don't know what it is. No, advice, logarithmic advice. That's why I always keep all my crypto charts, because they have exponential function. If you were looking at, bacterial growth in a petri dish, and you wanted to look at, depending on what temperature and what time elapsed, what's the growth rate of bacteria. This is the kind of, this is the kind of thing you might see. It might be a little smoother. It might be go down the other way. Any way it goes, it's going to be an exponential growth, exponential decay, whatever it is. Exponential is very hard for a linear mind, which is what this chart is in now. It's very difficult for linear to see kind of the same fractal over and over again. If you use a log chart, you can compare the exponential growth more. I don't know what the word is. I can't even explain this well. You need to go look at YouTube videos, but I think it removes not the outliers, but it removes the percentage gain. That's incorrect. I can't explain it. It basically makes the data here relative or comparable to the data up here. And that's like I did with my last video. What was it? 589 is crazy only if you're on linear something or other. That video explains maybe this linear versus log a little bit better, but perfect case in point. This back here that we saw, this spike in consolidation, this was $150, $152. This is when I got into it, right when it came up past 1,000, and then I was mining all in here. Anyways, what just happened? Interesting. Okay. I hope I'm still going, so I guess I'll make it short. This is where log charts need to rule your life. These are just some guesses that I had. Anyway, watch that other video. This has gone on too long, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.